Hello, welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. First, the headlines. President Tinubu orders rollout of 100,000 CNG conversion kits to cut transport costs. Kogi moves closer to securing subs from AFDB. Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern record big wins as Champions League round of 16 delivers drama. Now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the immediate rollout of about 100,000 compressed natural gas (CNG) conversion kits across Nigeria in a move aimed at reducing transportation costs and promoting alternative energy. The directive was disclosed by the executive chairman of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Ismail Ahmed, after a meeting with the president in Abuja. Ahmed explained that the decision is part of the government's response to the rising cost of petrol and diesel, which has been partly driven by the ongoing Middle East conflict. He said the government plans to deploy the conversion kits within the next 2 to 3 weeks, enabling vehicle owners, including tricycle operators, to convert their engines to run on gas. Ahmed also noted that the initiative is expanding CNG refueling infrastructure and electric vehicle charging stations across the country, particularly along the Northern Transport Corridor. Currently, about 77 CNG refueling stations are at different stages of development nationwide. He added that refueling points are planned along major routes from Lokoja through Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano, and Maiduguri to support gas-powered vehicles. The program is also partnering with local and international manufacturers to support vehicle conversion and the local assembly of CNG and electric vehicles, while working with the Rural Electrification Agency to introduce solar-powered charging stations, particularly in areas with limited electricity supply. Moving on, the Kogi State government says it is set to secure qualification for the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone (SAPS-2), an agricultural transformation initiative of the African Development Bank. This was disclosed by the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Timothy Ojoma, following the successful presentation and defense of the feasibility plans and environmental and social impact assessment (ASIA) report earlier submitted to the AFDB as a precondition for qualification. Tosin Tolualoju report.
Speaking to newsmen after the meeting in Abuja, Ojoma noted that the credentials of Kogi State and its strategic location make the state a top contender among over 20 states seeking to qualify for the second batch of the SABs in Nigeria. He explained that the Kogi's feasibility report has several strategic advantages, including the River Niger, the Itakpe-Ajaokuta-Warri rail line, the state's road network in rural and farming communities, the proposed cargo airport in Adogo, and Geregu power plant, all of which will provide strong support for the proposed agro-industrial hub. He also emphasized the role of agricultural transformation centers, which will serve as production clusters, supplying raw materials to processing facilities within the hub, ensuring that surrounding farming communities benefit directly from the initiative. The commissioner expressed optimism that the state's infrastructure, natural resources, and agricultural potential would position Kogi favorably in the ongoing selection process by the African Development Bank, with the qualification process moving into its final stages from May 2026. I'm Tosin Tolualoju.
The Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has been recognized with an award for his efforts in youth development and security of lives and property in the state by the management of Champion newspapers. The award ceremony took place on Saturday, March 14, 2026 at Eco Hotels and Suites in Abuja, where prominent Nigerians from different sectors of the economy were honored for their contributions to national development. Governor Ododo received the 2025 Governor of the Year Award on Youth Development and Security in recognition of his administration's efforts at empowering young people and strengthening security across Kogi State. Reacting to the development, the special advisor on media to the governor, Ismail Issa, described the recognition as a clear acknowledgement of Governor Ododo's commitment to youth empowerment and sustained peace in the state. He noted that the award reflects the impact of the administration's youth-inclusive policies, including skills acquisition programs, job creation initiatives, youth inclusion in agriculture, and support for young entrepreneurs across Kogi State. Honorable Issa also explained that the governor's continuous collaboration with security agencies and local security outfits has contributed significantly to maintaining peace and stability across communities in the state. According to him, Governor Ododo remains committed to creating opportunities for young people while strengthening the state's security architecture to ensure a safe and productive environment for economic and social development. The news roundup is coming to you on Lugar TV. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Today, Kogi now has the lowest number of out-of-school children in northern Nigeria, and the number continues to drop, with a great achieved by the administration of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. School fees and examination charges for primary and secondary education are now fully covered. Bursaries and scholarships for students in tertiary institutions are paid, keeping dreams alive and classrooms full.
For students to have a modern laboratory like this where they can get their equipment and they can see what they are being taught in their class, it is a very good initiative, and we give a big kudos to the state government, His Excellency Governor Usman Ododo, and the supportive and collaborative partners.
He's using his tentacles to attract a lot of bursary for the state, and girl child education is top notch.
His Excellency gave us 100 poles of solar street lights. If you come to this campus at night, it's highly illuminated.
And for those of us who are in the teaching profession, our job has been made easy.
Continue to reflect on our achievements, learn from our past, and continue to strive for a more inclusive, prosperous, and more united Kogi State.
Welcome back. First Lady of Kogi State Sefinat Ododo has called for greater commitment from government, community leaders and other stakeholders to support women and advance gender equality across society. Victoria Stephen, report.
The Kogi First Lady made the call while hosting women groups from across the state in commemoration of the 2026 International Women's Day at the Government House in Lokoja. According to her, educating the girl child and creating opportunities for women remain key steps toward building a better society, noting that when women are empowered with education, skills and leadership opportunities, the benefits extend beyond the individual to families, communities and the nation. Mrs. Ododo described the celebration as a clarion call for stakeholders including government institutions, the private sector, community leaders and young people to play active roles in advancing gender equality, adding that the quest for equality must be intentional if societies are to reap the full benefits of women's contributions.
My dear great women of Kogi State, every act of support, no matter how small, creates change that reaches far beyond what you can do. The more you give, the more you gain.
She further noted that giving support and encouragement to women helps build resilient communities. She commended the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, for her commitment to advancing the welfare of women across the country.
I sincerely thank Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, the First Lady of Nigeria, for her great commitment.
She said the impact of her Renewed Hope initiative and leadership demonstrates that true democracy is rooted in compassion, inclusion, and the strengthening of families and communities. I am Victoria Stephen.
Also, the First Lady, Safina Ododo, has called on women to embrace the values of love, generosity and forgiveness as Muslims observe the last 10 days of Ramadan. Hajia Safinat made the call at the Government House in Lokoja while hosting women from across the state to a special iftar where she highlighted the importance of unity, compassion, and support for one another during the sacred period and beyond. According to the First Lady, Ramadan is a special season that teaches patience, kindness, and the spirit of giving, reminding Muslims to help those in need and forgive one another in order to build stronger families and peaceful communities. She further urged the women to use the blessed month to pray for their families, for peace in Kogi State, and for the continued progress and unity of Nigeria. High point of the event was the observance of the Maghrib prayer led by the chief imam of the Government House Mosque, while over 500 women present were provided with assorted items to aid the breaking of their fast, alongside varieties of food made available for everyone at the gathering. Moving on to sport, the round of 16 first leg matches of the UEFA Champions League produced thrilling results across Europe on Tuesday and Wednesday night, with several top clubs taking commanding leads ahead of the return fixtures. On Tuesday, Galatasaray stunned Liverpool FC with a narrow 1-0 victory in Istanbul. Bayern Munich Football Club recorded the biggest win of the night, thrashing Atalanta 6-1 away from home. Atletico Madrid also impressed with a 5-2 victory over Tottenham Hotspur, while Newcastle United and Barcelona Football Club settled for a 1-1 draw at St. James Park. Wednesday's fixtures delivered more excitement as Real Madrid defeated Manchester City 3-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu, with Federico Valverde scoring a stunning first-half hat-trick to give the Spanish Giants a strong advantage. Elsewhere, defending champions Paris Saint-Germain produced a dominant display to beat Chelsea Football Club 5-2 in Paris, while Bodo Glimt defeated Sporting 3-0 in Norway. Arsenal Football Club earned a late 1-1 draw against Bayer Leverkusen to keep their quarter-final hopes alive. The second leg matches will be played next week, where teams will battle for a place in the quarter-finals of Europe's most prestigious club competition. And that's it on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. Thank you for staying with us.